Every 2 years, this magical spot is the location for a hotbed of creativity that fuels the work and the lives of 70 disparate artists and artisans, and as a result, the art community as a whole. This group hails from around the world, as well as the length and breadth of New Zealand. Many of them are top exponents of their crafts internationally, working in the mediums of glass, wood, metal, stone, paint, and clay. They find something really special here every 2 years under the watchful eye of Mount Manaia at Whangarei Heads.
What I take away is, first of all, a whole bunch of energy and inspiration. You can't wait to get home to put into motion the sparks that have ignited there.
I love meeting all the people from all over the world. You know, Finland, Sweden, Egypt, everywhere, all over the world, and I just really like the energy that goes into making all these bits of work, and the food.
This week-long camp is about the artists collaborating, both with each other and with a huge range of materials. The pieces of art they create in the space of a week are inspired by any number of things. They may find something on this table of resources, or they may see another person's work and feel inspired to add to it. These artists work day and night because once inspired, they have to work through to the end of it.
The great thing about it is you have access to all these different materials and all these different processes that you normally, or I normally, wouldn't get a chance to have my hand in so much. So there's a whole blacksmithing studio, small metals, clay, painting, wood, glass. You know, it's all there right at your fingertips, and you can just run from room to room and turn something or get somebody to make you a little part, or just really have your hand in it.
The trigger.
Oh wow!
And here, made by a jeweler.
So suddenly a whole new avenue, a whole new world opens up. And here we go, suddenly we use different materials. We think out of the square again. We kind of get into a complete different dimension which explodes on itself, and we discover fire. And we feed on it. It's wonderful.
Many amazing collaborations happen over conversations at dinner time, which means the organisers have had to institute an enforced quiet time, or the buzzsaws and machines would be roaring 24/7. Everyone is fed and housed on site, so they have nothing to think about except the creative process and the relationships they're building. The only rule here is that there are no rules. Creativity has no bounds.
People with no preconceived ideas about how to approach the medium come in with such a fresh approach that it gives those craftsmen a completely different point of view and perspective. The outcomes are amazing and often sort of off the wall.
Just do whatever you feel like. Absolutely beautiful. So precise.
I worked with Carl Peverell, who was a ceramic artist, and that was pretty exciting.
This is going to be on a staff made of metal.
Worked with Miranda Jones, Farrell Rupert, who's a blacksmith, and that's very exciting because that's all hot metal instead of hot glass.
I've been to heaps of conferences and I've learned important stuff, and I can't think of any other event that I've been involved in 30 years as a practicing artist that I'd rate higher than collaboration. And the thing that I find really important about it is that it stretches my own boundaries and it introduces me to new processes which I may not otherwise have thought were relevant to what I'm doing. And you know, that's priceless.
I think the greatest thing about a collaboration is that you get together with people that like to do the same stuff, the exact same stuff. Everybody's got a desire, a strong passion, call it what you will, to make things.
The amazing thing is that collaboration isn't possible at all without the incredible support and enthusiasm of the local community as well as local artists.
Without them, we would really struggle. So that's to that extent we are really grateful to them.
Collab elicits fantastic support from the businesses involved. It manages to be in a scale that's enough that a small committee can get it together, but what amazing effort they bring.
Every piece of art created here is sold at auction at the end of the week, and the proceeds go towards paying for the next collaboration event. It's another huge logistical effort in which all the artists and the volunteers get involved, cataloguing, photographing, and carefully transporting each piece 40 kilometers to the auction venue.
You can buy pieces of work that you'd never have a chance to own otherwise. And that's very, very exciting. We just love seeing those finished pieces of work.
20 down here, 25 down the back.
You don't get the chance to see what everybody else has made. So it's really great to be able to sit and walk around and look at the hundreds of items that were made and the finished product that you helped in that you didn't know why you were having to carve, 3 feet or, whatever. And then all of a sudden everything is done.
These pieces are in fact the ultimate reminder of a life-changing, soul-fueling week in New Zealand's breathtaking landscape.
Once you experience it, it really lifts you into a different level.
It adds to everybody's visual vocabulary or the process in some way. And some people, I've seen some people's work and it's changed night and day. This is what I made before a collab and this is what I've made after.
It forms a network for people. People can go overseas, and they do, and stay with other artists, work with them, work in different mediums. Because we're fairly isolated here, it just brings the rest of the world to us, and it takes us to the rest of the world as well, and shows them how different our work can be, and vice versa.
There are some wonderful artists coming to the collaboration event, pretty renowned people, and yet they all go away inspired and full of enthusiasm, and it was worthwhile.